So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 6 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the stories I wanted to cover today includes a new PlayStation 5 update out right now, 3D audio update, new DualSense Tool, weird things going on with the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita, PSVR2's release date and a huge leap going on there, and the Ghost of Tsushima movie. First, do you have a PlayStation 3 right now or not? This relates to one of the stories we're going to go over today, obviously, but I'm curious how many of you still have your PlayStation 3s? So comment below. Do you currently have a PlayStation 3 or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, the Ghost of Tsushima movie. So we've known about Ghost of Tsushima getting the movie treatment for some time now, and we recently just got a big update on it. Reading from Deadline, Takashi Doshire is set to write the screenplay for Sony Pictures and PlayStation Productions' film adaptation of the latter's hugely successful action-adventure game, Ghost of Tsushima. As Deadline first told you in March 2021, John Wick filmmaker Chad Stahelski is attached to direct. Peter Kang is overseeing the project on behalf of the studio. Stahelski, Alex Young, and Jason Spitz are producing through their company 8711 Entertainment. Asad Quizelbash and Carter Swan will produce on behalf of PlayStation Productions. Sucker Punch Productions will serve as EPs. So I've looked at Takashi's past work, and I'm personally not familiar with what's been listed, but hopefully he does well for Ghost of Tsushima. I personally enjoyed the Uncharted movie and want a sequel for that, so I have some faith there could be something good here. Now, diving into the second story of the video, new DualSense Tool. So this was an interesting story. Someone on Reddit managed to cache a now deleted page on the PlayStation site that had the title Firmware Updater for DualSense Wireless Controller and User License Agreement version 1.0. So as we know, the DualSense controller has its own updates on the PlayStation 5, and I assume the same was on PC. I don't really game on PC, but it seems like there wasn't a simple approach for this, but one is coming. For me, I see this as a very smart move by Sony to push this onto more gamers with the PC population. Providing a tool like this will give them more control and ability to support the DualSense features on PC. With more people using the DualSense controller, more developers could support it, meaning devs have more incentive to push for DualSense features now that both PC and PS5 players use the controller and potentially have access to those features. I hope this releases as soon as possible and pushes for more DualSense enhanced games on both platforms. But you guys let me know if you use the DualSense controller on PC or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the third story of the video, a new PlayStation 5 update is out now. So this was a quick one. PlayStation 5 update 22.01-05.02 is now out, being just over 1 gigabyte, and what it brings is this system software update improves system performance, the usual that we get in between the big updates. So again, with these smaller updates, if there is something hidden that we don't see in patch notes, we'll have to wait until more people download it and play with it. And sometimes there's some things that are updated that Sony doesn't announce themselves. Now, diving into the fourth story of the video, PlayStation VR2's release date and a huge leap. So this has been a ride when it comes to PlayStation VR2's release date. For a while now, most of us expected this thing to release this year, considering Sony said it wouldn't release last year, similar to the PlayStation 5 and it not releasing back in 2019, but released in 2020. This year, they haven't outright said anything, so we've had to rely on rumors. We've had people like YouTuber PSVR Without Parole state recently that PlayStation VR2 is set to release in Q1 2023, according to their sources, and they've been accurate in the past with other details when it came to PlayStation VR2. And we've had other people like XR analyst Brad Lynch say this thing is still coming out this year, according to his sources in relation to factories actually building PlayStation VR2. Now, we have 2 more people coming in that land on both sides of this release date situation. According to Ross Young, CEO of Display Supply Chain Consultants, there are delays at Sony, stating this on Twitter. VR display shipments to rise by more than 50% to over 15 million in 2022 despite delays to 2023 at Apple and Sony. Big jump forecasted in 2023. Then on the other end of this, we had Roberto Serrano state this in a reply to this exact story from Ross Young. Sony PlayStation VR2 release is still scheduled to this holiday. It will suffer same availability problem like PlayStation 5 due to lack of semiconductor supply. Next month, Sony is going to discuss this information during the IR Day. IR Day, for people who don't know, is Sony's Investor Relations Day, so they're talking to investors. But to continue, the part where Roberto Serrano says it will suffer the same availability sounds like the PlayStation 5 back in 2020, when stock was pretty much gone right away and has since trickled over the last year and a half. Things have been improving for the PlayStation 5, so I see that going at a faster rate for PSVR2. I think the number we heard Sony is going for is 2 million for later this year. We'll see if they manage to do that. I personally hope it does come this year, as you guys already know. Now, onto the huge leap part of the story. A comment from a developer who had a chance to test out PlayStation VR 2, and I'm jealous of all of these developers that keep talking about it. This comes from Director of Publishing at Larian Studios, who are the people behind Baldur's Gate 3. He stated this recently. Just played the PlayStation VR 2 and it was extremely neat. Then a user asked how big of a leap it was from PlayStation VR 1, and he said genuinely huge. For me, seeing stuff like this is exciting because PlayStation VR 2 feels like that next-gen leap I remember from back in the day, from moving from something like the PlayStation 1 to the PlayStation 2, that 3D jump that you had, that visual fidelity jump that you had from those two consoles. I really can't wait to get my hands on this thing, and I really again hope it does come out this year. Now, diving into the fifth story of the video, PlayStation 3 PlayStation Vita issues. So this was a weird story that circulated for a bit recently. Apparently, users on the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita were reporting that digital PlayStation 1 games, from what I've been seeing, had their expiration days updated to 1969 for some reason, leaving them expired and unplayable. People, of course, lined this up to PlayStation Plus Premium dropping this summer, with some thinking Sony is trying to push users to that. But for me, I thought maybe it could be related in some way with some bugs or issues, but no way would Sony just allow a bunch of games that you paid for to become expired and just unplayable to try to force you into a subscription. I think Sony knows that wouldn't turn out well, and it would probably be illegal, I would think. Apparently now it seems that this was just a bug that's been fixed. One of the users who highlighted this issue originally tweeted this out recently, confirmed it looks like a fix was pushed through when launching Chrono Cross on Vita. It looked for an update online. The game was able to launch after an initial error. We'll check on PlayStation 3 next. They went on to try it on the PlayStation 3 and it works there as well. So there you have it. There was a bug, an issue. Not really much else to say here. And now diving into the final story of the video, 3D audio upgrades. Sony recently published a patent that went live on April 7th, 2022 with the title Method for Finding a Best Suited HRTF in a HRTF Database. HRTF is essentially a profile that uniquely fits each person's ear to give them the best 3D audio setup. That's essentially the gist for our concerns here. This patent describes going through the flow of getting the user to test various audio sounds to estimate a good HRTF profile, which kind of sounds like what we have now, but right now we have a set of pre-set up profiles to choose from, and we stick with one of them. Here it sounds like we'll get to respond to tests, and there will be a database of references that they can compare with to give you an even better sound, correcting for any errors. I remember Mark Cerny on the Road to PS5 video back in 2020 essentially joking about users sending over images of their ear to give them the best sound profile for their unique ear. At least I think it was a joke. I think I was willing to send a picture of my ear back then. It wasn't a problem for me, but whatever. This sounds a bit like that in that you test sounds and Sony goes over a set of references in their own database to profile you with a unique setup that best suits you and gives you the best 3D audio sound. At least that's what it sounds like to me from reading this patent. This could be an update we see in the future on the PlayStation 5, maybe providing users more test options, and that's sent over to Sony and a unique profile is sent back just for you. We'll see how this goes. I'll have the patent linked for anyone who wants to give it a read, look into it. But you guys let me know if you like 3D audio so far or not on your PlayStation 5. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. As it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with Bring On the Sound. Obviously, this relates to this 3D audio patent. It already sounds good right now to me, but if they can improve it even further, I'm all for it. So if you're excited for that, destroy the comment section with Bring On the Sound, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.